Hello everyone, this is the Demon Overlord. I'm coming at you with another video today. Today I'm going to be going over the part 2 of my painting project. This will be all the miniatures that are some WizKids, some that are not, as these will be Reaper or maybe even Heroescape that I've reforged, or Wrath of Kings, possibly even Besiege miniatures. Also, guys, do please check out our podcast for the Dice and Dummies, where I play Bardus, and there's also our other great players where we have Joel playing Arya, my sister is playing Reek, or as you would know her from Twitter, if you follow her on Twitter, as Sweet Roll. She plays Reek. My bro Zach, he is our current DM, and Bethany, who plays our Lisa. So check us out, guys. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. We've just recently got to Waterdeep, so we're in for some crazy shenanigans. Getting on with the video. So one of the first one of these remakes I did was a Heroescape Hippogriff. As you can see, it's definitely not the original. The original body looked sickly and kind of pathetic. So I actually kept the wings and the head all pretty good because I liked how they were going. So, I mean, a nice simple rebasing and stuff, and we have some nice good Hippogriff. And yes, you can see my miniatures from the first video in the background there. So if you want to check that video out too, do check it out. It's part 1 of this two-parter. Next up, we're going to switch to the Besieged. And here is Ecomoth the Dragon, but I've turned into more of Ecomoth the Demon Lord. And I've based him as a large base, so that way he's more usable for a Demon Lord. Because most Demon Lords, when you're fighting a huge class, are going to be Demon Lords that will just wreck you. And plus, he's almost about the same size as many of the small or young dragons I have that are all large class. So I thought, what the heck? I mean, the wings shouldn't really count for his mass anyway. But yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed his sculpt and his designs. Just gave him some simple yellow eyes. Green, yellow, and black seem to be nice colors here. Next up here, we're going to actually go back into Heroescape. And here is the white dragon that I had. I actually painted him into a more rare and uncommon yellow dragon, since there don't really seem to be any yellow dragon miniatures. And honestly, the yellow really works for him. With the nice wash I gave on him, nice bit of toning, it's given him a nice yellow dragon appearance. So this would be a great yellow dragon. Obviously, with him being a huge class mini, it'd be an adult. So it'd be a very terrifying dragon to come across, as yellow dragons are even faster than their fellow dragon counterparts. And on top of that, they are immune to lightning, so a character using lightning attacks might be out of luck. And we're going to stick with the Heroescape for a little bit here. Here's actually the original big old dragon they used to send with it. I remember when I first got a Heroescape game, I used to like this dragon, but I mean, when I got him from eBay, he didn't have wings, so I decided to fill him with some green stuff there. And then I just turned him silver and green-bellied to make a nice big old giant drake or something like that. And honestly, I have no problem. I mean, he could be good standing for a statue, a nice metallic statue or something like that, or he could make a nice cool homebrew drake for the group. Maybe like they work along knights because they're silver plated. And next up we have this big black dragon. Now, like I said, got him. He didn't have wings, so I filled in some green stuff, as you can see there. A slight little undercolor, but you know, I turned him into a nice land Lenorm. As I know, land Lenorms actually still have hind legs, so I didn't have to do extra cutting and filling. And I just simply gave him a little bit of touch of some spots that were a little bit, beat up, because I liked how the eyes looked and the teeth are all sharp and gnarly. I even like this blady tail here going on. And I think he makes a really good, dark-looking, evil ground Lenorm, as ground Lenorms are dark, evil dragons that only crawl across the ground and have to use magical flight to get around if they want to fly. After that, we're going back into Besieged, as we have the Avatar of the Abyss. Now, I gave him a little bit of color, as I gave him some greens here. That was more maybe like he shoots acid or something on top of it. Nicely, a little bit of yellow in the mouth, just to show he has some color going on there. Little tiny green eyes. He seems to have very small eyes. I even kind of tried to spine him with a little bit of green. You can see those little tips of purples and greens and stuff on his spines. They're very minor details, because they would be something that would probably glow. I don't know why somehow the other side got more of the color than that. And on the back. But, he would probably be that would be his defense against other creatures of the Abyss or the Underdark that would try to mess with him. Now, he is huge, and I know you're thinking, he's not as physically big as Ecomoth, but looking at the size, honestly, he probably has more body mass than Ecomoth. And I feel with his legs that they actually outstretched, he would definitely fill this base perfectly, so I kind of decided he's going to be a huge, because he just looks pretty cool. And he's a nice big monster, which, monsters like him are very useful in the game. Okay, moving on to the next one here. That's for later. We're going to go back into Heroescape, because I feel like it. We have one of the skeletal guys, just rebased. I mean, I didn't do any work to him. I should have. I'm just showing some rebasings right now, actually, because this guy, him, they're both another set of rebases. That way they're just on proper bases to fit on the board and stuff. This is actually a gladiator one. And I did do a little color change in him. I made his sword a bronze color and his helmet bronze. And even the back of his coat here bronze. And I did that mostly so it would make him look a little different. So he's not a 100% perfect match. Because we don't have any gladiators, but I might need them for a campaign that I'm still writing up for when I DM for our group. And like I said, once again, that is the Dice and Dummies. We had another gladiator here. Now, yes, as HeroScape, they have those spots where they're like, they could have used touch-up stuff or cutting in. But I didn't want to really do all that effort to them because I just wanted to transverse and make them easy. This one I actually had to repair in a spear here. It was broken, so I took a spear from another HeroScape that was all beat up, and I decided to just chop it off and give him a spear edge to go along with his nice net, so we have a couple good gladiators there. After that, I did do another repair, fix, and remake, and it is the samurai right here. As you know, this is one of the HeroScape samurai guys. Try to give him a little scar right there. It's a very minor scar, so you wouldn't notice off the bat, which is what I was going for. He's got nice katanas. I even changed the back scabbards. I had to actually replace a leg with another leg, but I did color code them to match. Gave him a little new hairdo and skin. Made his cloak a full white with a little more of a dirt look to it. Decided to get away from the reds with him too much, like more of a darker red for his legs. As you can see, he came out really nice. He's a nice, good samurai character. He'd be a nice Karatoa mini who would be maybe traveling from that land. So now we're going to go back into another category. This is the Reaper Bones. This happens to be the Gulper, which if you try reading a book on him, it just reads a giant catfish. He's got his little worm parasites here because of his big bulk. And I try to go with similar of a predatory style coloration where dark top, light belly. So if he swims above you, hard to see in the water. Swims under you, very hard to see. And I gave him some green topping here to help show that maybe he's venomous. All of his spines and all that, and a green tongue, so maybe even his bite is venomous. And then I just gave him some nice predatory looking eyes there, so he looks like he's really staring at you. Or he's looking through your soul. So I really actually like this guy. He was really fun to paint. Next up we have the Wrath of Kings miniatures, and they are the Carcarians. Here's two of them. I'll be going two at a time with these bad boys, since I have two hands. They're all quick paints. I mean, some of them I worked a little longer on others, but just some quick stuff. Got a nice two Sharkmen right here. One of the hammerhead, one style with the blunt nose. And then we have these two, which we have another blunt nose, which I based more on a sleeper shark due to his white eyes. So you can see if I can get them to... Yeah, the white eyes there. And we got a nice saw shark style here for more of a savage. And then we got these two armored guys, which I'm guessing they're higher rank due to their heavily armored status. And I made a lighter green saw shark and then a bit of a cooler looking hammerhead. Both have some heavy armor here. Some nice good axes, obviously. They're special lieutenants, maybe. And here's the big dog of them. Now, he says a Carcarian, but I kind of turned him into more of a half-dragon, as you can look by his design. He reminds me of a half-dragon. And I looked into the monster manual. I decided to go with an iron dragon for him, so I used rough iron on his skin. And I think it worked great because there's never been really any half-dragons of the iron dragons. So it'd be cool to have one, and maybe he became a pirate leader. Oh, on top, and very quick. Those are just two little fins from the sharks. There we are. Here we are. We have the two skull crackers. As you can see here, we got some nice gnarly skull cracker guys. One, I made them different color, a little different shell coloration, just because they're different. I like the big coral swords, so I looked up two good coral swords. So I decided purple and green seem to be a lot of stronger coral. Like they're really solid and brittle, but yeah, also hard. And they got their nice barnacles going up. His barnacles are a little different colored. I mean, I think they came out really good. They were kind of difficult to get on these bases, you can see, because their feet are right on the edges with these Wrath of Kings, but they still work great for some good medium-class characters. So I'll put them right here. And here's actually a miniature from the Arcane Golem. It's a harpy. I just repainted her, gave her some skin toning here, the browning on the legs. So maybe she'd be like a higher ranking harpy, like maybe she's a jeweled harpy or something. And now we're getting close to the end because we're down to the last two miniatures. This one is Acerak. Now, as you can see, this is the Collector Series Acerak. Now, before you say it, yes, I know it looks off in certain spots. One is this horn here that I had to remake out of green stuff. And then there's the staff there with the handpiece. Because, ironically, when I opened it, the staff was broken, and the horn there, when I literally was trying to put it together, broke off. But, I mean, everything else on him looks great. I mean, I got the nice green and blue going for the undead there. He's got a nice, good base. I was kind of upset these like little bits of jagged cuts out of them, but I mean, I think they resin print these, and he's only got a 1500, so I made him look as good as I get him. I think he came out great, though, even though I had to kind of salvage it with some green stuff. Really great, in my opinion. So he'll be a nice, cool, high-level Lich. Now, he's different than the box, but that's because I was like, I wanted to be like maybe like the true Acerak using. And then I like had for a backstory. Maybe this is like a claw from a golden dragon intricated into his helmet for its magical power edition. And then we come to one of my favorites of the collector series, the one I can actually really get behind getting, the Purple Worm. Now, yes, it is not gargantuan like a Purple Worm is supposed to be in the Monster Manual, but maybe it's a young Purple Worm. It is only huge, but honestly, I definitely recommend painting it in pieces before you put them together, because those teeth are a pain if you're trying to paint them like when it's all together. I painted them separate. I used a little bit of green stuff on this bad boy. He's only got a few spots. One you can see in the back, though, that little bit of green. I left it green because I thought it looked kind of cool. And then there's a little spot right here where you'll get a little bit of an edge. And if you just put a little green stuff there, like a little thin layer, you're good to go. The base down here seemed to take pretty good. Didn't really need to put any green stuff in there. But, you know, gave it some hard rock with some dirt. Base the black on the bottom here. Really nice. Nice concave purples and stuff like that. And he came out really great. I mean, honestly, great. I feel I did really well with this one. So he's definitely like the big dog of this set. So that's my second set, guys. And that's part 2 of my 2-parter. So just showing, I do actually paint. I don't just unbox. I actually do paint my own minis as well. And, you know, hunt these ones down from other stuff and repurpose and do a little bit of some fabrication on them. So, you know, stay tuned, guys, for any videos in the future. And plus, like I've said, check out our podcast with the Dice and Dummies. We are 5th edition. You can find us on Pinecast and all those other websites and apps you can use to find podcasts from D&D. So check us out, guys. Leave us a review. We always need reviews. And if you want to get a hold of me on Twitter, I am at 01Berserker. The rest of the group is on there as well. If you want to get a hold of any specific, your favorite player, I play Bardus, the Tybaxi Barbarian, which I have in the menu with me as well. He was in video 1. Just for a quick recap, after his repaint and tailing, because I had to build him a tail of green stuff. Really awesome, though. I love the joy of these miniatures. They make me happy. Definitely love to show them off to you guys and show you like the greatness that there is in getting these bad boys and the fun you get and the feelings you get from painting them and making them come to life. They just make great tabletop pieces. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today, but bye-bye.